Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Prepper Dad, and I don't know if you even know this, but September is National Preparedness Month, and that's going to be something that's unique for everybody. Now, I've been listening. It's been a few days. A lot has happened in the past couple days that we can easily make an individual video. But what I want to do is I kind of want to talk about just preparedness. And I have my computer over here, so if you see me looking down, I'm going to reference some things, but I'll also leave a link in the comments below on these different sources that I'm looking at here. But one thing that really, I was watching a video. I can't remember who it was, or listening to a podcast. I don't remember what it was or when it was. But one thing that I believe it was he. There goes my dogs. Started talking about was, imagine if this was late 2019, right? Everything is going fine. The world hasn't shut down yet, right? So we think of where we are today and how much it's elevated, escalated, and kind of gone into high-speed gear since then. And what we do to prepare doesn't seem so silly now, does it? If we just think about it. Just think about it right today. If you were to say, okay, in the next couple of years, we're going to be in lockdowns. We're going to be forced to take a certain, okay, we're going to have digital IDs. We're going to have all of these things that are going to disrupt our lives, and we're going to disrupt the way that people live, and countries are going to be shut down, and toilet paper isn't going to be able to be found. What kind of nut job would you think that we were? Now, you fast forward to today, and we realize that happened in such a short amount of time. And looking at what's going on in the world today, can we say that it's getting better? No way. No way is it getting better. And I foresee there being worse things on the horizon. And I don't mean, one thing I don't do is I don't have a store. I don't try to sell things, and so I'm not here to sell any kind of fear that you have to buy this from me. I'm just going to tell you what I feel and the sources that I see. But it is up to you to do what you can to do what you need to do for you and your family and your loved ones. One of the things that is beneficial and for useful, and all of these things, if I don't tell you now, I might forget. So share this video or share the links that are below with other family members who may not be in that same frame of mind, or who don't think the same way you or I do, okay? But take a look at ready.gov. They recommend items to include in a basic emergency supply kit. Okay, this has been covered not only here with me, but many other channels. It's just your cup of coffee on what flavor you like best, on who you like to listen to, and who you want to watch day in and day out. We're gonna have to deal with my dogs running around. That's just the way it is. Water, non-perishable food for several days, extra cell phones, battery or chargers. We are in a time where we have so many different options to charge things. You know, they can be a little power bank. I'm doing this because it's like that round, all the way up to like a generator. Anything that provides power. Flashlights, extra batteries, first aid kits, whistles. Now you might not think, what's a whistle have to do with emergency preparedness, ready.gov? Well, let me tell you, if let's just say you were in a collapsed building, or somebody was looking for you and had no idea where to start, blowing that whistle could very well save your life. So when you look at the list that, again, in the link below, you might think, why? But there's reasons. Just think about this. local maps. You know, if you don't have power, you might need to resort to the 1990s and actually look at where to go. Can openers. Why? Because a lot of our meal preps, we think of cans. If you can't open them, what good are they? All right. So here's another thing. Is I was listening to another prepper channel. I absolutely think this is something that a channel that everybody should words are hard, should subscribe to, and that's the Alaskan Prepper. Rudy, he's a great guy, and he's a genuinely nice man. But he was going over the list of 33 things we know about the coming food shortages. I talked about this earlier in the year when farmers are saying, hey, it's going to get bad. Okay. I've also mentioned it on other places as well. So listen to this. I'm just going to read a few. Starting with number 1, the hard red winter wheat crop here in the United States this year was the smallest since 1963. But in 1963, there were only 182 million people living in this nation. Now there's 329. Number 2, it's being projected that the rice harvest in California will be half of what it would be normal this year. The list continues on. It doesn't mean that we're not going to have any food, but listen to this. If it's lower, what does that mean to the prices? They're going to go up. So I recommend getting what you can now at today's prices when it's readily available. I'm just going to kind of bounce around. Number 7, year-to-date shipments of sweet potatoes in the United States are down 13%. Number 9, total peach production in the U.S. is down. Number 11, thanks to the endless drought, the total number of cattle in Oregon is down 41%. 14, one beef producer in Oklahoma is now predicting that ground beef could eventually top $50 per pound. Oh my goodness. Overall, this is number 16, this is the worst multi-year mega drought in the United States in 1,200 years. 23, agricultural production in Somalia will be down in 80% this year. Now, you have to realize that it's not just the U.S. who produces food. We import things, we export things that this is referring to. Number 25, in China, they are facing the worst drought that they have ever experienced in recorded history. And we know, what state is it? Is it somewhere in Mississippi that they've been without water, running water, clean water for I don't know how long. So just because it's happening over there doesn't mean it can't happen over here. And what are you going to do? How are you going to provide or what's the word? Clean water. How to clean it? Filter it. Filter it. How to filter water. If that's happening in your neck of the woods. 27, a third of the entire nation of Pakistan was underwater after recent floods absolutely devastated that nation, and agricultural areas were hit particularly hard. As a result, the vast majority of the crops in the country have been washed away. There's other things that are happening, guys, and I want you as viewers of this channel not only to subscribe, but to comment below on what you see and what you are doing based on the information that you're gathering. All right, so here's another thing. Again, links below in the comments. But this is absolutely dumbfounding. This is I don't know if you guys know this, but in January 1st of 2023, the state of Illinois is putting into place a safety act. They call it a safety act, and what this is doing is it is allowing all of these felonies committed, including but not up to second-degree murder. Okay, there's others. I don't have the list in front of me, but I'm going to link this YouTube video that you can easily see, and you can go do your own research. I've done mine. I just don't happen to have the link in front of me. But they're not going to. So they're going to let them go. They're going to be able to post bail and then go. Okay, they're also not going to be able to force people off of your property if they decide to get violent. Okay, that's the Safety Act. I don't even know what's bizarre. It's almost like the state of Illinois is conducting and introducing its own version of the purge. So a lot of things, a lot of strange things are going on. Again, 2019. Did you ever foresee this? Did you ever see that this is where we would be at today? Now, I was reading earlier that New York has issued a state of emergency because of polio. How is that even imaginable? Like, how does that even happen? Okay, so what does that mean for other states? What does that mean for this coming winter? What does that mean for the fall, the spring, next year? I don't know, guys. But what I do know is that we can only control what we can control. We cannot control what's going on out there. We can only control what's going on in here. I know that I'm trying to do what I can, and I'm not going to say I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, because I don't want you to see this video or other videos and say, well, just because he's doing it or just because they are doing that means I should do it. No, this isn't a one-size-fits-all type of preparation. Sure, you should have basic things, and that's why I started with the ready.gov. If you don't know where to start there first. But that doesn't mean that somebody living in Florida is going to be affected by the same kind of natural disasters that maybe somebody in Washington State can incur, or Alaska. You know, are they the same as Arizona? No. And so when I say that this is what I do, I'll give you tips. If you see something, this is how I do it. But does that mean that you need to do it? No. But there are reasons why I do it, and I started giving you a list of 33. You can read the rest of them down below. Again, I'll link it to it. But I just wanted to come on and tell you kind of an update on what I see and what I want you guys to be aware of if you don't know. But I also want you to keep watching the news. When I say keep watching the news, let me just back up. When the news as what's going on in the world, on why we continue to do our best to prepare for the unknown. Okay, because if we have to stay here, or if you choose to go elsewhere, are you prepared to do so? Do you have the means? Do you have what it takes to survive whatever happens? I don't know. Only you can answer that. I can answer that the best that I can for me and my family. All right, so with that, let me know what you guys think. Let me know down there in the comments on if you guys have any questions, if you found any benefit to the links that I provided. Keep looking at different prepper channels, because I don't have all the answers. Other channels don't either, but together we can kind of give you an idea on what is happening and why we do what we do. All right, so thanks for stopping by. If you are here for the full video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because in fact you're listening to me. I have more to say, and it'll become later. All right, so until then, till the next video, be blessed.